it is me, Sky, your green boy bean, and today we're going to be reading Reddit stories. From r/am I the butthole to r/nuclear revenge, my job is to entertain you and read you the stories that you came for. Today we're going to be reading a few stories from r/am I the butthole. Today's story was posted by Am I the Butthole Mom of Two. Am I the butthole for telling my daughter, 23 female, she's a bad person over pizza? My family consists of my husband, my daughter, 22 female, and my son, 17 male. My daughter moved back home during lockdown of 2020 as she was finishing her master's degree. She took a year out of work and is now doing her secondary degree. I told her if she stayed home and didn't take out any loans, we would help her through her degree. We weren't paying for food, gas, etc. On Thursday night, we threw a pizza party for myself, my husband, our children, and their partners. It went great, and everyone got on well. On Friday night, my family, my husband, my daughter, and son visited their grandparents for a family dinner. On Saturday, my husband and I returned from a shopping trip around lunchtime and told daughter she needs to get ready for the pizza night. She said she didn't know we were having a pizza night on Saturday. I invited over a group of old family friends for the event, and that she had planned her weekend so she could do all her work on Saturday and go visit her boyfriend on Sunday through Monday as it was Valentine's Day. I told her she could at least stay for the meal, but she said no. It always ends up becoming a long meal, and she'd have to wash her hair and do her makeup when she was planning to do Sunday, so she'd have to clean her hair and not need to wash it at her boyfriend's. I told her if she was going to act like that, I would cancel the whole thing. She said that's silly. She just didn't want to participate as she had work to do. It blew up between us as she said this was her time to do as she pleased, and I had just a week of holiday. I complained about trying to do my best to please everyone, and she said that that's nothing to do with her. She didn't ask or know about my dinner plans. It escalated a bit, and when her father walked in, I said our daughter was refusing to participate because she didn't want pizza again. Why would you do that? That's okay. My daughter said it's not because she is making pizza, it's because I'm busy and I don't want pizza either. I exclaimed, I am not she, and my daughter repeated, she said, but called me he instead. I told her she's a bad person. She didn't join in on pizza night. She was annoyed. The guests stayed until 1 a.m. as she wasn't able to prepare her own dinner. We hadn't talked since then. Am I the butthole for calling her a bad person? I think she is ungrateful and should have just joined us, but she didn't. But she doesn't like people seeing her a mess and blew up at the situation. All she said was join dinner. And OP posted an edit about the bit regarding pronouns. I identify as female, but it is rude to refer to someone as she rather than their name/title. If they are part of the discussion, and she then repeated her phrase and used he when I was upset by use of she, which was obviously meant to upset me even more. Now, if you've ever watched the YouTube channel, great guy, I love his content, he does a rating from 1 out of 5 buttholes, and I am going to use the same system. So, yes, OP, you are the butthole. In fact, I think you should get at least 2.5 out of 5 buttholes. Your daughter clearly said she wanted to spend time with her boyfriend, which she has every right to do. And you never told her about your plans to have a dinner party. Now, if you told her that earlier in the week, before she made plans with her boyfriend, then yeah, you are a butthole. But at the same time, she never told you that she had plans, but still, if you're going to have a big event like that and you want someone to be there, you tell them in advance. You wouldn't have a birthday party, then on the, like, a couple hours before it starts, you text your friends like, hey, why didn't you join my birthday party, bro? That's so mean. I mean, you never said anything. They might have made other plans. So yes, OP, you are the butthole. Our next story was made by Eric Throw 3976. Am I the butthole refusing to pay the babysitter for new glasses after my daughter broke her old ones? What? You know what? I'm just going to keep reading before I say anything. I'll preface this by... I think you're trying to say preface. I'll preface this by saying that I, 35 female, am a widower with 2 kids, 1 9, 1 11. I recently got back to work since I work night shifts. I had to get the kids a babysitter. There's school during the day, and my sister stays with them. I was able to find a babysitter with the help of a coworker. Actually, they're related, and things have been going pretty well except for a few days ago. The babysitter called me while I was at work to tell me that my 9-year-old daughter broke her glasses. I got home, heard both sides of the story, and came to a conclusion it was in fact an accident. But the babysitter said that my daughter broke them intentionally. After she refused to be let outside late in the evening, I asked my 11-year-old daughter, and she said that the babysitter story is accurate, but since she and her sister have a beef then, I figured she lied and set up her sister. My 9-year-old daughter cried and said that she didn't mean it and it was an accident. I apologized to the babysitter for the misunderstanding, but she insisted there was no misunderstanding, and then asked me to pay for a pair of new glasses. I was taken aback by her request, and I told her I thought we talked this out and rolled it out as an accident, and she insisted it wasn't an accident. I apologized, but refused and said it was unfair to expect me to pay, especially since she didn't pay attention to keep her glasses safe regardless of whether it was an accident or not. The babysitter argued with me, then started crying, swearing that my daughter broke them to get back at her. My 11-year-old daughter sided with her, but my 9-year-old said that she is only siding with the babysitter for her own benefit. The girls started fighting, and I ended up telling the babysitter to leave. She got my coworker involved, and she said I should take responsibility and pay for the babysitter's new glasses, since she cannot afford them, and a broke college student in need of glasses. I apologized, but refused to pay. My coworker got upset and shamed me for condoning my daughter's actions and treating the babysitter poorly when she is the victim in the situation. It's been a few days and the babysitter is still wanting me to pay for new glasses. I feel like she's trying to use the fact that I'm in a dire need of help and is hoping to get extra cash out of my pocket. Huh? Okay. OP, yes, you are butthole. You get 3 out of 5 buttholes. Yeah. I'm kind of... you get between 2 and 3 buttholes because your daughter, I know she's a little kid, and she might have accidentally broke it, but at the same time, it's still your daughter. You still have a responsibility. In fact, the babysitter is doing you a favor, and she needs glasses to babysit your kids, and you just think that, oh, I'm a widower, and she's just using me for extra pocket cash. No, if her glasses are actually broke, why would she be using you for extra cash? And I get it, that's what you might think, but you are responsible. That's your child. She didn't make the child break it. And You not, and I am a kind of person who believes in majority wins. So when I hear that two people are agreeing that someone broke them, and even if not intentional, they may be saying it's intentional, but even if it's not, you still have a responsibility to fix the glasses. You shouldn't be making a broke college student who's doing you a favor by watching your children. You shouldn't have to punish her for your daughter's actions. So yes, OP, you are the butt. Today's final story was posted by Astral_9. Would I be the butthole if I go to school about my teacher accusing me of cheating? No, OP, you would not be the butthole, because if this is negatively affecting your grade in an important way, then no, you are not a butthole, and you wouldn't be. Okay, let's get to the story. I, 15 male, am currently taking an introduction to Python. Basically, it's a coding and computer science. It's a fairly moderate difficult class, and I only started getting better after Christmas. So basically, last week my teacher wasn't in the classroom because she was helping with school events. This was last Tuesday when I did the assignment, which was building a chatbot. The substitute teacher played the wrong video. He played the advanced computer science video. So some directions we've gotten weren't given. We could have gotten weren't given. We tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. Fast forward to yesterday, I did the assignment and turned it in. It took around 10 to 15 minutes on it, which is quick for me, but I'd been practicing my coding on my spare time. Fair enough. That's a good thing to do in a class like this. So yesterday, the teacher brings up that if we chatted, we'd get a 0. That if we cheated, we'd get a 0. I found it weird that she even thought to bring this up, seeing as my class and I are good kids, as in none of us talk back, have gotten ISS, etc. I shrugged it off. Then I go to check my grade and see I got a 0. I'm like, WTF, and start panicking. My friend, 17 female, who did the assignment similar, got a 20 out of 20. Then I started panicking and then proceeded to have a panic attack. My friend manages to calm me down and I go to the teacher. I ask her about it, and she's like, your answer was exactly like the answer key. How? And I'm like, I don't know. I just did what the assignment told me. She then accused me of cheating. I didn't. I have since checked the search history and found nothing related to it. She says that it only took me 10 to 15 minutes when I could have done a variable and took 30 minutes to do that previously, which is untrue. Yes, I struggled with coding, but I've gotten better through practicing. After having no luck, I just took the L. I go home and tell my grandma, 67 female, and she is beyond pissed that I would be accused of cheating. She offered to go to the school, but I told her no. She told me I need to stand up for myself. Would I be the butthole if I go to the school faculty? I don't want to make her mad at me, but I also don't like being accused of cheating when I really didn't do it. I love coding, and I genuinely have been practicing. No, OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. You have done nothing wrong at all. In fact, you have been doing a lot of right. You did your practicing, which is good. You should be practicing if you've been struggling. And the teacher is just being a massive B word by trying to accuse you of cheating, basically giving you a 0 for doing what was asked of you. Honestly, I give her 3 out of 5 buttholes, because doing that to a student who could easily have just gotten better at stuff, because practice does make perfect, is just stupid. Why are you punishing a student for doing the right thing? Your friend also gets 0 out of 5 buttholes. Now, I know your friend wouldn't get buttholes in the first place, but still. In fact, I give your friend 5 out of 5 good points for calming you down during your panic attack, because I have friends who get panic attacks, and I know how stressful that can be, and it probably wouldn't help. So I give your friend some good, and I give your friend 5 out of 5 good points. And no, P. In fact, you should go to the student faculty and tell the teacher, because you probably aren't the only person who this has been done to. It's probably been done to a lot of other kids who are just in your boat. And by stopping this before it gets out of hand is a good thing, because you could be helping others from not getting a bad grade just because they did what was asked. Thank you for joining me today on this great journey of stories. This is my first YouTube video, so I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you can, please give some feedback. I would love to know what I did right, what I did wrong, and I would love for some advice in the future. Thank you. Have a good day. I'm Sky, your friendly neighborhood green bean boy. Have a good